This is Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for Thursday, March 9th, 2017. Let's look at SPY here, closing below the 9, which is a key level we've been watching. And right under that level is the open gap. And if that fills and closes below that level, we get more negative here. And that's only a few cents away at 236.47. So we're going to watch that level very closely. Maybe we just remount this. Oftentimes we break that 9 and then remount. So we'll watch that closely. But if we start to break down here around 236, we could start to get that deeper pullback to the old high around 230, and we'll watch for good entries at that point, and could even take a stab at a potential short. IWM here below its 50-day, showing a lot more weakness, and the Q still leading, holding up above its 9. IBB actually was strong yesterday, closed above its highs, but showing relative strength. Oil got crushed yesterday. We got stopped out of the UWT position after oil inventories, and gold, surprisingly, with the pullback in the market, has also pulled back. So nothing showing an entry right now in gold. Russia getting crushed, and Brazil also getting crushed. So maybe these things pull back and we eventually get entries. But now if we decide to short, we can start looking for strong stocks that are starting to break down. Apple, if it closes below the 9, we could get a healthy pullback, but we could gain that down to 135 or even 130. BA is another one that has been very strong, but if it cracks its 9, could pull back to 170 or even the 50-day moving average, which is a little lower. NVIDIA has actually been showing weakness and a double top here, and maybe we have the second thrust kind of pullback, hitting the 9 and failing at this point, so maybe it pulls back to 90 or even lower. And then financials, FAS, showing a lot of weakness yesterday, breaking below the 9 there. And if we look at XLF, it's barely holding the 9. And instead of shorting FAS, you could go long FAZ, which is the inverse here. So some potential shorts. Let's take a look at some of our potential longs. Cyber, if the market does pull back, essentially we should be prepared for either thing right now and not get too aggressive. It's totally fine to not make any trades this week and look towards next week. But if we do break that 9, potentially I could add a short. But cyber below its 50-day moving average is showing a little bit of strength yesterday, so I'll watch for a remount there. Google showing some strength yesterday, holding its 9 when everything else was poor. X still testing that 50-day moving average. I'd probably want to see the market show some strength before adding there. And home builders continue to show strength. Very strong yesterday on a down day for the market, but no entries at this point, as is Lennar and DHI. So that's the plan for the next 2 days, unless the market really changes here. But we're going to watch that open gap in SPY very closely, see if it fills. If it doesn't, may add a feeler kind of short in case the market does pull back. So that's it for the trade report. I'll see you guys either later today or early tomorrow. Let me quickly go over current positions. All that's left is Tesla after getting stopped out of a number of positions here. Tesla barely hanging on to the 50-day moving average. Netflix right around entry level. TZA showing some strength as the market pulls back. And Amazon showing relative strength yesterday and needs to break out over 860.